all the universities right now are not just focused on your academic excellence, but also the portfolio, that the personality that the students bring, they're bringing to the fore. So, critical thinking. Thanks, Yashasvi. I think that is important. Yes, Reet, please go
Thanks,
ahead.
Diana. I do think one of the most important things as a student is to be able to understand yourself. That understanding will lead to how you portray yourself to colleges, what major you will pick. So, me personally, I had a very hard time with that. I was stuck on a couple of majors, but I realized through Ashoka's workshop actually that I'm a person who likes to explore everything. I mean, I have dipped my toe in every possible activity there is, and I have ended up loving most of them. So that is what sort of led me to realize I wanted to major in liberal arts instead, because I want these years to be able to understand what I truly want and to be able to focus on that. So I think it's very important. That will help you build a college profile. So that's your personality. When you want to show to colleges who you are, you have to first understand who you are. There is no particular blueprint to what profile you should show to them. So unless you actually figure out who you are, what you like, only then will you be able to show to colleges who you are. So it's very important to understand yourself and then choose your portfolio and your activities according to that.
Very well said, Reet. I think that is really important when it comes to exploring yourself first and then actually talking about yourself. So it's internal reflection and also, high school space. We are here in this webinar and we are interacting because we are looking for opportunities where our children can, get that platform to actually explore, to reflect, to have that experience wherein they can, uh, you know, uh, testify that yes, this is something that really interests them. This is something that they want to pursue for the rest of their lives, or maybe majority of the years for the next 5 years or 10 years. When we talk about 5 year plan, 10 year plan, and this is what they want to actually deep dive into. To say, for instance, a student is really interested in sciences, but what sciences are they interested in? Are they interested in biosciences? Are they interested in neurosciences? Are they interested in their intersections? So, presenting those opportunities at this age really helps them to get the clarity of what exactly they want to look forward to when they plan for their next, say, 5 to 10 years. Um, any other response that we have from the parents? Okay. I think we can take our time to respond, but definitely, I am I'll just show a video of how our past students have talked about Horizons Achievers program. I think I'll talk about it later. I should have introduced our panel first. We have Reed, we have Jessel, and we also have Aditi, who I think is finding some trouble in joining. So we have Reet Miglani, and she's from City Montessori School. Hi, Reet. We have Jessel, who has joined us from Dhirubhai International School. And we also have Aditi Rana to talk about her experiences, and she's joining us from Nanak Mata Public School. So I'll just open the fireside chat round with our panelists, our alums, our achievers to talk about their experiences. So I think, Reet, how if we can start with you, you can just introduce yourself and you can talk about what course you have done and where do you see yourself right now post the course.
Hi everyone, I am Reed, and the course I did was Craft Your Story for Success. It was basically an essay writing course, but I have to say it taught me a lot more than how to write a perfect essay. So I am a writer. I'm not actually a proper author, but I have published my works. So the main problem I found was I often faced writer's block. I didn't actually know how to be able to portray myself through my works. I was just trying to write a good essay or a good story, but it was never me through my stories. So I figured I had to join the Ashoka program when I saw they had one for writers. And I honestly have to say it changed my view of writing as a whole. So when you go for colleges, we have been analyzing different portfolios, different essays of students. And the main thing I noticed was even if your portfolio is, even if it's average, if you have a great essay, it's going to make you pop. Essays are so important for colleges because that is who you are. You can have the best extracurriculars, the most perfect grades. But if you don't have the right essay, it's going to make your admission really difficult in any college. So I had to obviously understand how to write that essay. Many schools have different patterns of essays, but the most important thing is being able to be yourself through your essays. So the first thing I learned, I was under Nancy and Shri, and the faculty was it was on another level. I mean, it's very tough to handle students who write, if I'm being very honest, because it's very easy for you to get your morale broken. It's very easy. One wrong comment, one bad remark, and you can be in constant self doubt, and that criticism can really hurt you. So it's a very double edged sword because you also have to help the students improve. You cannot feed them false promises or false hope. But at the same time, you have to make sure their morale stays up. And Nancy and Shri handled that so well. There was constant criticism, but there was also constant helping. They were constantly trying to keep us uplifted. It was so helpful. I have never met better faculty ever. And the first thing I learned was show, not tell. And I realized the first day I realized I'd been writing wrong my entire life. Like you can't actually write wrong, but I had been writing wrong. So it's very clear to me that this helped me a lot more than my essays. So until that program, I had been a co-author in innumerable poetry books. Like I had my name in so many anthologies, but never once had I been able to write one of my own. I was constantly thinking of pushing it back or maybe just becoming another co-author because it's work. I mean, being able to publish your own anthology, even if it's just poems, it takes work. And I never really had that in me until I did this workshop. And I did end up publishing my own anthology. I also won Author of the Year by the government of India, which is an accomplishment. And that was a lot due to the Ashoka's program I did. It helps you as a person. You know, they don't teach you what to write. Not at all. They teach you how to write. They teach you how to think correctly. It's all about the thought process that goes into it. We weren't taught tricks or we weren't taught loopholes to get into it and to be able to write a perfect essay. We were taught how to change our mindset. Our first activity was actually picking Disney characters and deciding what major they will go into. So we had picked Ursula and we decided she would be a psychology and a law double major. And that was such a fun activity because it gave me insight into what I should do for my college major. That was a day I decided I was going to go to liberal arts, which was a huge relief because I had been so stressed. And I did go on to get 99% in my boards. And I have to agree, a majority of that was because of how I write. So I had a friend who also got 99%, but he had scored more than me in every subject leaving English. English was what got me through to getting that rank. And I realized it was a lot more than the rank. I mean, the rank was great, obviously, it's a rank. But what actually was, I realized it's okay, I can do it. I have the capability in me to do it. That's the exact same thing with the Ashoka program. It doesn't just teach you how to write, it changes your mindset. It teaches you, yes, you can do it. That is a very big thing for a workshop, right? It changes how you think, how you believe about yourself. And the peers, they are absolutely great. This is one particular session where you meet people who are far better than you, if I'm being honest, and you realize where you actually stand in the world. Because in school, we have limited competition. We only have the people we are seeing and we're competing with them. But over here, you realize what you're up against. And the best part is you're not overly competitive. You are learning from each other, you're helping each other improve, which is a big step, I have to say, in the college process. So, this program has been great for me. It has taught me so much. I have definitely improved a lot on my essays, and I have been able to stabilize my life goals because of Ashoka's program. And I would definitely recommend every person, if they have the time, to be able to do this. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Reet. I think that was such an elaborative response to how this, what course you have done and how it has helped you. I think you have talked about all the aspects, but I'll just summarize what Reet has been talking about. What one of our parents also pointed out in the chat is that communication is a very important skill that they see is important to succeed in your career and college life. So Reet has been talking about her experience of writing and communication course, one of her writing and communication courses that she did with Nancy and one of her teaching fellows, Shri. And students, it's not just writing what Reet has been talking about, but it is also about the reflection. So when you are in grade 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, students have started thinking already about the universities or the choices, subject choices the majors they want to take in their undergrad, and they are looking at their college essays. So what this journey actually, so one of the uh, tangible outcome of these courses is to give you a like an experience, like one of the again parents pointed out that getting that exposure. So you work on a capstone project, you solve for a real world problem. So as these are skill courses, you're working on a tangible outcome. Say you're writing your research paper, you're writing your essay, you are developing a critical analysis, again, a critical analysis paper on, say, any of the courses that you have taken up. You could be designing your Odyssey plans if you've taken a design thinking course, so which we will talk about in detail later. But when it comes to, the capstone project, students are actually working a lot with their peers, a teaching fellow who gives them one-to-one mentorship, and they come work on real life case studies as well. So what really helps them on Saturdays is they get introduced to a concept, and on Sundays they work in smaller and larger groups, could individually and group projects and assignments, wherein they work on case studies, and those case studies actually feed into your capstone project. So coming to the writing and communication course, whether you are in grade 9th and 11th, 12th, not necessarily you as a kid, the kid of yours has done something beyond curriculum, and they think that, okay, I have just scored, and I have done really well in my academics, but I don't know how to write about it when it comes to talking about myself. So giving that reflection, that insight to a student becomes really important in these foundation years. So just quickly moving to Jessel, if you could introduce yourself and also talk about what course you have done and how it has helped you from where you are.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Jaisal Shah, and I took the course about economics, game, and game theory. So I got the opportunity to be a part of this course through the Horizons Brain Bomb Challenge, where I submitted an essay of around 250 words. So let me just tell you a little bit about how this course was really impactful to me and my decision-making process. So before this course, when I didn't have anything very clear in my mind what I wanted to do. But after this course, I realized what it really interests me and what doesn't. Because this course was actually curated for curious and ambitious high school students. And I think that perfectly catered to what I am currently. And the innovative, like fast future modules delivered by world class faculty and industry experts, they offered me mentorship and peer collaboration. So the I also was developed with the skill specific knowledge and stronger profiles, so I can prepare early for college. So not only did it make it clear for me what I was really interested in and understanding what I really was, I could also prepare early for college admissions and make myself a more credible person because of my experience in game and game theory. So let me just summarize what exactly the course was about. So economics, game, and game theory was, I guess, just about strategic thinking and decision making. So it introduces us to the world of game theory. So basically, a game in this context is any rule governed situation where the outcomes depend on the actions of certain characters or persons, which is a basic life skill. So that really helped me to differentiate various fields. Like I could connect psychology and neuroscience to artificial intelligence, which was really unique and is actually what I might want to pursue in the future. So not only did it give me clarity of what I wanted to do, but it was also really interesting for me. You'll learn about types of games, playoffs, equilibrium behavior, other very interesting things that really interested me as well. And in conclusion, all in all, you will work on a capstone project, as already mentioned, to apply game theory concepts to real world applications. And that capstone part of the course was really helpful because I could learn whatever, because I could gauge whatever I had learned in real life scenarios. For example, I could design artificial intelligence to understand social networks, and I could use game theory as a tool for making like decisions in different fields. And I would just end with saying that this course, the Horizon Brainworm Challenge, as well as the economics course, really enhanced my portfolio in college admissions. It also gave me a little clarity. So that's what I really wanted to thank them. The best part of it, as I already mentioned, was that it was given by world class global faculty and industry experts who continuously helped me throughout the process. And there was not a single fragment of confusion in that. I was obviously confused in the starting because game theory is a very vast and complex topic. But the industry experts really, really helped me to understand personalized mentorship and peer collaboration. So I would just thank them for that. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessel, for sharing your experience on the course that you had taken. I'll just summarize that, Jessel has been talking about that these courses are taught live by our faculty. And I can say that this is one of the features that no other online courses are actually, when it comes to high school education space, they have the university level faculty or industry experts actually coming and teaching live these high school students. And it becomes really important because as Jason said that he's very curious and ambitious, and it becomes really important for to have dialogic interaction when it comes to learning process. So the idea is to have not the recorded sessions per se, but to have the faculty live teaching the students, and they can ask their queries, their doubts. They can do a lot of activities, synchronously. So it really adds to their curiosity. It feeds into their curiosity. They're able to get all the answers. So I know that Jessel and Reed have been talking about, how they have been exploring, and Reed background also shows that, what all she has been doing, maybe her achievements. So I'll just open this question to Reed and Jessel. And Reed, if you can answer this question first, like we know a high school student would be, they have their, like you pointed out, if you have time, you would advise students to take these courses. But given a high school student is preparing a lot for their exams and academic, which is ongoing, they're also doing some extracurricular activities, which is part of their school curricula, or they could be participating in some competitions. So, what is one advice that you would give a high school student who's just trying to stand out, who's trying to make that difference or getting that edge?
I think the most important thing if you want to get an edge is to be able to focus yourself. And when I say focus, I don't just mean according to your time. I mean to understand what you're really good at and focus on that. So for me personally, that's going to be writing, debate, art. That's what I'm actually good at. So I try to focus on that. That is why I picked up this program. And I would say you should figure out who you are at the core of it. If you're trying to go into everything but not understanding what you want to do, you would not have the time, you would not have the energy to do any of them properly. And that is coming from somebody who has tried and tested this way. It does not work. Figure out what you want, figure out what you're good at. It doesn't have to be one thing, it can be plethora of things. But you have to enjoy them and you have to be good at them. If you don't actually if you're not engaged with it, it is not going to reflect on your profile. It's going to be obvious. So you should also go for courses that enhance your skills. So figure out your skills, find ways to enhance them, and then apply them. Those are very important.
Thank you so much, Reed. And Justin, what would be your advice?
Um, I think my advice would be exactly what Reed said, plus the fact that you need to explore. Like you might have some clarity on what you want to do and your passions and identifying what you really like, but there's no harm in exploring other things, right? For example, I was really interested in artificial intelligence, coding, little bit coding, and mostly science and biotechnology. But there was no harm in experiencing architecture, psychology, neuroscience, something like that. Well, it's a different way that I don't like it at all, but still it's a very good opportunity to explore whatever you think is good for you, and just try to experience a multitude of fields, because you never know, something just might click. Maybe if I experience something about architecture, maybe I would be an interior designer, something like that, right? So I think the most important thing is to explore, and then just to nail down exactly what you want to do just by exploring all the other fields. If you like artificial intelligence, then what exactly in AI? You want to do AI in science, AI in data analysis, AI in logistics? What do you want to do exactly? So I would say exploring, and then the next step would be to just narrow down what exactly you want to do and just focus all your time on that. Don't waste, if you're completely sure of what you want to do, don't waste your time on something else. Like I'm completely sure now, thanks to the course, obviously, that I want to do economics, AI, and psychology a little bit, and biotechnology. That's a very diverse field, but I would try to explore on what fields are there, what job opportunities are there in those four categories. And that's really helped me to identify what I want to do as a person and enhancing my portfolio. So that would be my number one advice. To just conclude, it would be to nail down exactly what to do and explore. So thank you.
Thank you
Just
so much.
add on to
Yes.
what Chetan said, if I could. To all the parents here, please let your children explore. Okay, so I have a lot of medals behind, okay, and some of them are from activities I am never going to touch for the 10-foot pole again, okay. I have a medal in athletics, and my face burnt after I was in the field, so I know I am never going out there again. But I had to explore that, okay. I have gone into psychology competitions and lost, but I know I am going to major into psychology now, and that was all because my parents let me explore. I have spent ninth, 10th, and 11th completely exploring. And you have to trust your students, your kids enough to know that they're going to make it out at the end of it. Okay. I mean, I had my ups and downs because obviously I was investing a lot of time into this, but you have to trust them enough to let them explore because this is our lives. I mean, all of this contributes to who we become in the future. So please let them do those competitions, let them invest their time into that because that will help them select what they want to do. And it's a major decision to take at such a young age. So please let them explore, let them go to those competitions. They will do it at the end of it.
Thanks, Reed. I think what the context largely is to be able to identify opportunities and to grab them. It's important because being in high school is not easy. There are a lot of choices, there are a lot of experiences that these kids are having, and being able to test and see what works for them and what not becomes really critical for them in these foundation years to actually decide for what they want to do in future. So it could be an elimination method that you choose four fields and you decide, okay, these three are not just working for me by just exploring them a bit more. But fourth could be the one like, okay, this is something that interests me. So I think I'll just quickly share my screen and talk about. I wish you could also hear Aditi Rana. She's from Nanak Mehta Public School. She did a course in environment and sustainability, and she presented her project in one of the MNC led competition, and she also secured a prize. But it would have been fun to learn from her what her experience was and how this course, and maybe just having that attitude of exploring helped her in actually presenting her work and actually exploring something in environment and sustainability. Just give me a second, I'll share my screen. uh, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Perfect. So I'll just play a short video of our students in the past talking about Horizons Achievers program. Since you could hear Reed and only Jessel for this webinar, we just have curated a student testimonial for your reference. Just playing the video.
Ashoka Horizons gave me the opportunity to explore my interest further. The course has definitely contributed to my growth, both personal and academic, in widening my horizons about the subject, and also giving me a heads up as to what psychologists really study.
A specific aspect of the course that stood out for me would be the sort of the pictures and activities we were given, which we had to make our own decisions and we had our own opinions. We had to form them, and we could argue against each other's opinions, and we could do sort of like sort of anyone.
So I just started studying about machine learning, and it involves working with data, gathering it, processing it, and all that stuff. So this seemed like a good place to start my basics and build up from there. And I got referred to this course from my counselor, so it also gave me faith that this course would be really good and probably helpful as well.
Since the beginning, I've been pretty interested in economics as a subject, and I decided to see if maybe economics was something I was interested in to go forward with in my life. So I did that Ashoka would be the best option to be in a course with. So
like as I said before, like I didn't have any kind of experience with filmmaking. So even though I was told that I take really good pictures, now that I know that these are the framings that you're supposed to use, the framework, and like different types of shoot, like how you shoot videos, So now I have like more knowledge whenever I am like anywhere. Like if it's a school event, then I have to shoot a video related to that. Then I know that these are the basic rules that I need to apply, and it's always gonna be like in my mind that yeah, these are the things.
The course solidified my passion for astrophysics and equipped me with knowledge and skills for my future career.
And I always thought that writing a college essay would be like a piece of cake, but I never realized how untrue that was until I actually attempted to write one. And soon after, I came across the brochures for Horizons, and I really liked how the course talked about how the mentors and the TF will guide you through the entire process and they will be structuring the writing. I was really attracted by the entire peer reviewing sessions, and I think that sort of motivated me to join the course.
So just quickly talking about what, like the 8 reasons why a student or a parent should be choosing Ashoka Horizons Achievers program to actually get that competitive edge. We work in high school space and it is open for students entering grades 9 to 12. It offers a really immersive experience in an online space where we cater to very small sized cohorts. We understand online education has its own limitations, but we make the most out of it, wherein we work on live interactive courses, live interactive sessions with our faculty. We also have one-to-one mentoring sessions from our teaching fellows and mentors who are experts in these fields. And they students work on a Saturday and a Sunday, engage with the faculty in a live session for 2 hours daily. And on weekdays, they work on one-to-one mentorship format with their TFs to get some guidance, to work on their capstone project. All of the faculties who are teaching these courses are the university level faculties. It could be from the family of Ashoka University or network of Ashoka University. We also have some industry experts like Preetha Wali, who's the co-founder of Pay It Forward, and Navya Mohanat, who's a Stanford trained Design Your Life coach, taking these courses. Students would be working on a capstone project. So it is not just the learning that would be happening, they would be actually applying those learnings in a constructive format, wherein they would be working on a project. So, say for instance, students take up mathematics for computer sciences, mathematical foundations of computer sciences. It is not just the mathematical concepts that they would be understanding how they feed into a larger computer science algorithm, and how why it is important to understand maths and computer sciences coming together, but they would be designing their own AI bot that can play poker. It could be related to research writing project, wherein research writing course, which is research writing inquiry to impact, wherein they will not just understand the nitty-gritties of research, like how to identify a problem, how to define a problem, what is literature view, what are the right methodologies when it comes to picking your research topic, and what are the ways of actually researching, and what is the reliable sources of information, that they would actually be undergoing the process of writing and publishing their own research paper. So we can say that Reed, Jessel, and all the other students testify that these are one of the highly rated courses of its kind, that is 4.5, and the completion rate has been amazing with our past students. Students also get the opportunity to actually intern, to publish their work, and to get mentorship, and also to win a letter of academic appreciations from the faculty. So, say for instance, you have taken research writing course on neurosciences of well-being. There is an opportunity to, once the end of the course, that you would be publishing your research article. And say for neurosciences, you could be actually working with Professor Simanthini Ghosh, who is the faculty of the respective course, to work with her research team on ground to actually extend the capstone project. So I'll just quickly move to the portfolio. We need to understand, like, these are the 15 courses that we are offering in these summers. The dates are from May 17th to June 14th. We have a lot of Ashoka, but non-Ashoka and international faculty this year coming and teaching these courses. We have industry experts who are coming and teaching these courses to our high school students. And I just wanted to emphasize that these 15 courses are curated basis the interest and the feedback that we have received both from students and the parents, but also what Ivy League universities are offering to the students right now? Like, what is the trend? What are some of the choices that the students are making when they're thinking of, say, I don't want to just read biology and do uh, my undergrad in biology, but I want to see it at the intersection of psychology. So that is where neurosciences of well-being come into place. So we bring in a lot of strengths of Ashoka University, that is interdisciplinarity, university level pedagogy when we talk about these courses, and giving this experience and actually giving them a deep dive into the concept that they are actually interested in, not only enriches their knowledge, like Reet and Jessel has been talking about, to understand who you are and to explore. So giving those opportunities to actually test and see whether this really interests you. So not just learning the concept, but working on the project also, enables the child to think about that, okay, this is the work, what would look like, this is what the study of this concept would look like, and does it really excite me? So say for instance, in neurosciences of well-being, students would be designing their own neuron, and they would be seeing the implications of emotions that would have on the neurocircuitry. So there's a lot of hands-on that goes into it, and the students will be working on a larger capstone project, which is the research work. So we have courses in AI, we have courses in data sciences, we have courses in astrophysics, biosciences. We have a lot of skill courses, which is your research writing, which is gaining a lot of ground these days. Critical thinking, we have an amazing case study on how digital tools that we use on daily basis and how we are not critically thinking enough about them. So it brings in a lot of intersection of data, AI, and tech when it comes to critical thinking. So this is the project that we are working on in this. I think I'll just pause for Q&A. If somebody has any questions they want to ask Reed, Jessel, they want to ask us related to program, related to experience, please unmute yourselves, or you can raise your hand and we can unmute you. I could see Athira asking the question like whether this program is online or offline. Athira, this program is online. Ashoka Horizons Achievers gives micro courses that are offered online. So students would be working with us on a Saturday and Sunday in a synchronous format, and throughout the week they would be working asynchronously on our learning management system, LMS, but they would be interacting with their mentors as well in one-to-one format. I hope that answers your question. We'll pause and please let us know if you have any questions. You can also type in your question in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself to ask the question.
Anushi, we have a couple of questions in the Q&A.
Oh,
Abhishek has asked for the timing of the courses.
sorry, I didn't see that. So the timing of the courses, the dates are from May 17th to June 14th. And on Saturday, Sunday, your live classes are from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. One of the attendees has also asked, is the program fully funded? No. The fee for each of our courses is 22,000 rupees plus GST. Yeah, these are, we do have some scholarship initiatives which we run for certain schools. We also had Brain Bomb Challenge, which we have closed right now, wherein we encourage a lot of students to participate, which offers, the one of the outcome of that Brain Bomb Challenge win is that you get a seat in one of the courses that you desire. So yeah, I think these are two initiatives, but the courses are uh, priced at 22,000 rupees per course. I'm sorry, I could not see the Q&A. Now I can see. What about weekdays? Is the program of weekdays too? So we understand. So the idea is, Arsha, that we want to fit into the rigorous academic schedule that these students have. We know that we are offering these courses right now in summer, but the plan is to run them throughout the year, like offer them multiple times throughout the year. So the idea is to meet students on the weekends, wherein they, collaborate and work in dialogic sessions with the faculty. And it is on the weekdays that they do self-study. They work on their capstone project, and if they have any doubts, they can book their sessions with the mentors. So it could be one-to-one mentoring sessions that they have, or it could be a group mentoring session they can have towards the end of the day, like towards the evening or post their classes.
Arushi, additionally, Ekta Mehta has asked us if we could elaborate more on the practical work.
So the practical work is such that each course has a unique capstone project that the students would be working on. Say for data sciences project, the students would have a choice to choose a track. So they could be learning about what are the different types of data that exist. It could be text, it could be numbers, it could be related to images or tables, and the students then would be choosing the track. Say for example, economy, health, or education, and they would be presented a problem that they need to solve for using the data sets to actually come to an analysis. So they would be taught a lot of tools and languages that they would be using to actually decipher a large volume of data, how to understand data, how to visualize data, how to analyze data. So I think that is the capstone project that the students would be working, say, and Professor Rintu for data sciences course is actually taking examples of some of the projects that Ashoka University is working on right now to actually give students an insight what data really is and what it takes to actually decipher it and how it feeds into a larger project or a larger goal that some organization is working on. So the capstone project is such that the students would be introduced to the capstone project in the first week, and they would be, working on it throughout the week. And on Sundays, they would be coming together and getting a lot of mentor and peer feedback. It is towards the end of the course that there is a demo day wherein they would be presenting their work to a larger set of students and also the industry expert or the guest speaker who comes and joins the faculty as a panel. And the students who perform really well in their capstone project, so all of these projects are graded. Since we know that it is a deep dive, so we bring in a rigor as well. So students would be graded basis the assignments and assessments. That is what they have done on the capstone project as well. And top three students would get a letter of academic appreciation from the Ashoka University, the faculty. And also top selected students would also get the extended opportunity of actually, say, publishing their research paper or interning with the faculty or actually conducting the research on ground. I hope that clarifies your question, Ikta. Sure. Hi, Abhishek. Reet and Jaisal, I think Abhishek wants to say thanks to you for sharing your insights and experiences. I think you both have been amazing when it comes to, talking about the course, but also your experience. I really love the way how you have been articulate as well. So, Abhishek, coming to your question, what the course finance, money, market, and personal finance would be doing, and what is the faculty, Preetha, like talk about faculty, Preetha Wali. So we have this organization, Pay It Forward. They have been working in the space for I think now good 10 to 13 years, wherein they work with a lot of high school students, but also different stakeholders when it comes to managing their own money. They would be taking this course live with our high school students, again entering grades 9 to 12. And the trajectory that they have chosen is to understand money, what money is, and talking about assets, liabilities, and also talking about how to manage money when it comes to investments and when it comes to market, how to read the market, what are risks, what are portfolios, how to invest, and what are some of the options that the students have. They would be understanding some of the global policies that the money market has and how to read those. And also towards the end of the course, the students would be working on their own portfolio. So say for instance, hypothetically, if the students were given 1 crore rupees right now, what would their financial plan or future financial plan would look like? And this is something that they would be working on during the course of 4 weeks when they get introduced to new concepts every week, and they would be taking into account in their portfolio as well. And I think one of the extended opportunities that this course talks about is an in-person experience of actually visiting a financial institute. And it's more of a field attachment wherein actually students see how a financial or FMs work, and just to get a sense what the workings are like and how the money is managed in the system as a whole, the other side of the table. I hope that answers your question, Abhishek. You're welcome. Meanwhile, since you are also thinking about your questions right now, Yashasvi, if you could launch the polls, it would really help us to understand where your interest lies, to talk a lot about what the courses that you're interested in. We also have a webinar series of career spotlights that we do with the faculties, which take on the questions that the students, parents, or any stakeholders have who have been working in the space of high or are in the space of high school education, to talk about what are different subject choices that are emerging or career opportunities that are emerging when it comes to a discipline for per se. So we would be sharing about those webinar information with you as well. I think that is something we all can benefit from. You would all be able to see a poll on your screen right now. And if you can let us know your responses, it would really help us. Thank you. Meanwhile, please let us know if you have any more questions. What is econometrics? So econometrics is a course which is being offered at the intersection of economy and data sciences coming together. So students would be working on a lot of data sets which is related which feeds into a larger aspect of how economies run. And I think one of the capstone project, you would be working on R language, specifically R language, to actually decipher large volumes of data. That is one skill or one tool that the students would be learning when they come in econometrics. They choose econometrics as their course. Students not necessarily need to be having any coding or language experience. They not necessarily have read about economy, say they are in 9th and 10th, and they don't have such exposure. And students would be introduced to the concept slowly and gradually, and it would progress throughout the 4 to 5 weeks with the students. And the students, I think the larger capstone project the students would be working on is to give a policy recommendation, that if you were to work on the education policy, how much budget would you would be allocating to, say, rural education, rural population education, and that is basis a lot of data analysis that the students would be taken. So it is like understanding what decisions are being made at the larger policy level, economy level, and what influences those decisions. So I think econometrics will gauge into that. Any other question, Abhishek? I think you have really interesting questions right now. You're really exploring the catalog. Any other question that anyone has? Thank you so much, Abhishek. You can also write to us in case you have any questions. We can share our email ID with you. You can write to us, and we are more than happy to share a lot of readings with you or more insights into the course with you, so that you can make a very well-informed choice when it comes to choosing your course for this summer 2025. And we want the students to be making a very informed choices. So let us know, and we would be more than happy to guide you through the selection process, but also then your application process. I just wanted to emphasize that the seats for these courses are really limited, that we cater to really small cohorts, and the admissions are on rolling basis. So as soon as we hit the cohort size, we would be closing the courses. So we encourage everyone to apply early and secure your seat now. We'll pause for 2 more minutes for any questions. Okay. Thank you so much, Reed. Thank you so much, Jessel, for being part of this webinar, talking to our parents, talking about your experiences. I think it is always a wonderful experience for me and Yashasvi and our team members to hear you both talk. We know that you are our achievers. Thank you so much for finding time on a Sunday morning to share your experience. I would also thank all the parents for joining and asking a lot of questions. Please reach out to us if you have any queries or you have any suggestions also for us. We would love to incorporate those as and we progress. Thank you so much, Yash. Take care. Have a good Sunday, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.